elimination match. If Echo wins this, they will be in match point. Irad playing this Joy. It's up to him to put RSG back in the map.
That's his trademark Joy. And again, an excerpt, an anecdote from the regular season. As long as Irad is comfortable, then we can win. That's RSG's game plan here. Echo already up by about 100, 200 gold, and they're trying to make up for it. Quick start here with a double XP lane for Angela, for Aqua.
Yeah, that actually does work out very well. And once more, this is as classic as it gets for Echo here. With the lineup they drafted, going back to their roots, essentially.
Something to note, check it out, Concussive Blast on Carl Teasy's Fredrin.
Right?
Oh, wow. That is
so classic.
Quite the choice coming in from Carl
Like,
Teasy.
what day, what month is it?
Yep.
Feels like a few months ago that they were running this. Which we do see Light being forced of a flicker out of nowhere here. Good effort, good force, what do you call that? Good harass for Echo here, making sure that they can get something out of nothing.
And now in the gold lane, we are seeing quite the heavy rotations from both squads, but looks like they're going to try and leave the gold laners alone. In which case, I approve of, because I never want to see gold laners fight it out in the early game. It's usually a battle in the late game carries, but 15 seconds from now, the turtle will be up, and a lot of the people will be colliding in the XP lane for that.
Yep, and you see here, Echo first of the scene. They've sent 4 bodies up there, better positioned, better spots to actually take advantage of this first turtle. And I think they're just propping up to shock Nats into a response.
They're getting in position right now to get this turtle on their side very, very quickly here. But that's Echo for you. First turtle priority, very heavy. Irad.
Heart Guard already activated. Electrifying Beats. Turtle goes to the hands of JP.
And Sanji, everyone's grouping up around him, and they're enjoying this right now. Although JP gonna get that kill, Aqua might be a little too late here to save Nats, trying to get the kill on the Carl just to make it even. But looks like there's no Steven activating right now here in this one. No split means Nats is going down.
Early lead here for Echo, already 1K.
It's a clear victory for the Orcas. Carl Teasy getting away with 1 HP in a dream. You can say the same here for Sanford. And what started this whole situation, how Echo won the first 2.5 minutes of the game, is their, again, utmost honesty. We were saying how they were trying to get something out of Nats, right? They forced him to respond, and indeed he did. Popped the split as soon as he could, but wait, in mid.
Straight up with the onward here.
All right.
And a quick answer by Sanji. Obviously, they're all A-okay.
That's what I'm trying to get to. The fact that Sanji popped the feathered airstrike in the open, and there was no response from RSG. That just means Echo knows what they were getting into, and even if RSG were to find a response, it was too late.
And now Irad going to clear up the mid lane. This is the beauty of having a mid lane Angela. A lot of the other people could just take the lane away from her and allow them to scale up even faster. And right now, RSG, they also know what they have to do in the early game, especially if they're playing behind a team like Echo. And looking at the build here from FWD Insurance, gotta say the insurance policy coming in for this 1-1 with the steel leg plates as well is quite the build-up against AD heavy marksmen such as the Patrix.
Yeah, all that damage. Got to make sure you have stuff to deal with it right now. JP, very early flicker on catches onto Emma, and that was a beautiful catch from that Kaja.
There was no way Light could have protected his marksman. And here you're seeing why that Kaja pickup in the first phase was so important, was so key. Now JP's not going to allow what Nats was doing in game 1. You can't dodge me, not like this.
Yeah, not like that at all. Nats going in, he has a split. Well, will it get activated? Yes, it does, but Sanford, he's trying to answer immediately before you get back into form. Once more, the secure Lord, Turtle here for Echo.
Look at discipline coming in from Echo. They didn't force things when they knew that they had a big objective upcoming. And now they're also taking away the orange buff away from RSG. Looks like Echo is playing a bit more calmly, a bit more towards their win conditions as they approach a 3,000 gold lead.
And that gold lead mostly on the cores. Sanji and Benny Cutie. I know I am tilting Rockhart here by a bit, calling Carl Teasy a core, but Irad barely gets away.
can't believe you remembered that,
No,
but yes.
I know, because I agree.
But I like that you called multiple cores, because yes, a team can have multiple cores, right?
It's where the damage comes from.
Correctamundo.
Course?
Yeah.
Of course. Echo. So bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, Feo.
That is probably the worst joke of my career. I'm losing my mind.
And you did it so effortlessly.
Yeah.
So smooth.
Which is how Echo is actually approaching this. Look at this,
That's
0
true.
and 4. Every single objective as of yet is as clean as it gets, right? There hasn't been anything that actually scared them into a response. They've been proactive, even when they're about to die. Even when they're about to die, you saw how Carl Easy actually double-stepped in that first turtle take up top. Because he was thinking, hey, I survived a little more. Maybe my team needs me. And now they're going for in.
Oh, they have to give this away, but looks like it will be a successful take here by Echo. And I just have to say as well for RSG, they already have the items that they need. Starlium Scythe already in the hands of Irad, and Aqua picking up the Flask of the Oasis a few seconds ago, which means that they could actually fight against Echo in the next big team fight to come.
Yeah, I mean, they do have the items, but the question is, are they going to be able to use it, Leo? No one's getting pinned down.
Yeah, and it's also a matter of perspective, relative perspective. Yeah, you do get your items. Sure, Eman just picked up his Blade of Despair. But what's Benny Cutie rocking? I'm sure he's up ahead an item more as well. If not the components, the whole thing. Because 3K gold lead here, just under 7 minutes, and not even a contest. RC ain't even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
And they really don't want to give Echo anything more than that turtle. Risking a fight might be risking the game if you're RSG. And we were talking about the items earlier. I do feel like in terms of gold, looking at the graph here, it's just a very small lead between Eman and 1-1, which is really good if you're a Raider.
Yeah, it's an element. It's one component. But still, hey, if it comes down to it, if you have a better attack speed or maybe 25 more attack than your opponents, you win the 1v1 fights.
Yeah, and so far, so good. At least for RSG, they're not being forced into 1v1s by Echo, right? We're just basically just going around the map, trying to, and buddies, in pairs, as they do in the arc of the Covenant.
I don't know these movies. I have to be honest at this point. I am quite the what do you call that guy?
Uncultured?
Uncultured guy.
Sorry, I don't know that movie.
What is that?
I'm not a big horror fan.
Uncultured guy, that's my favorite TV show. Lois.
Oh, that's the one that has Bender in it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
And now bot lane will be the next objective here for Echo.
Here we go.
They're going to be able to take it down quite quickly. And JP in a very sneaky position. Light!
Oh, that was a very, very good engagement here.
Oh!
But everything was being thrown as well by RSG just to keep Light alive. Man, oh man, JP, he didn't even need to use much movements.
Okay, ult for an ult. He did spend his flicker.
They use a flicker.
So now we're going into a point mid-game where RSG has had it up to here with Echo's tricks.
They mad though.
They're able to go tit for tat. They're able to say, you know what, we'll spend ult for ults. And what's great about that whole situation is battle spells are also spent up. Look, Benny Cutie actually used the Inspire.
Oh yeah.
While for RSG, it was just like flicker.
Yeah, that's a pretty good trade here for RSG. Still a 4.7k gold lead for Echo. JP with his ultimate still being down. Light being found out. Oh man, this is the power of the Kaja.
The Ring of Order is so good.
He's so good at spotting out. Slow you down and reveal you as well. Engagement factor just got lowered for RSG, and now it's Echo. It's their time to get some of these kills going, or will it? That's going in there. Lord's very, very low. Sanford diving in on the M-Man. It's going to be the flight of the Betty. And they get that Lord. They might also get some kills here if Nats is not careful.
Yeah, Nats in trouble here. 5v1 scenario, but here comes Irad. Tries to save his friend, but doesn't really work out for RSG. That's the Lord taken by Echo +2.
You gotta say that's frustrating. As a glue,
Mucho.
when you try to get into that position and you finally get the mount, and you're brought where you have no allies and there's nothing you can do with it, you just kind of just drop off and say, you know what, guys, this is it. There wasn't enough bodies to help out, nowhere to capitalize on, and now Echo are just filling it. They're about to break into the base.
Well, they're still looking for an inhibitor turret here. By the way, Benny Cutie already surpassing Weiss.
Oh!
Kills it now, Irad.
Dancing it out. Yeah, he's going nowhere with that one. Oh, Sanford though, what is this? This is so curious. Sanford is way up here, already used up the penalty zone. He could go down. Naz is on him. What is this? Oh, he's still alive. Oh, is this happening? Oh, Eva's gonna fall. What kind of...
What?
What is...
He hasn't died. 3 for none so far.
And this might just be endable if you're Echo. You have the minion waves. You have 5 people. The ultimates are up as well.
How?
Benny, Cutie, and Echo. They could end this all right now in this 3v5.
Sanford, the momentum vampire. He's still going.
Still going. He's still here. He hasn't returned yet to base. And all of that was behind some swings.
Oh,
Spellbound?
just like the Western military officer from the movie Captain America, the First Avenger, 2011. He says, I can do this all day. He's not going home. Oh, now he's finally gone home. All right.
Oh, he went home. All right.
But he was supposed to die.
He was supposed to. How did he survive that long?
Let's see. He has radiant armor, blade armor, casual dreadnought armor, dominance ice. Okay, that makes sense.
And also, still a very perfect game here coming in from Echo. No kills for RSG. All 3 turtles, all Lord, and only a turret to boot for RSG.
This single blemish that they've had throughout this whole 12-minute game.
8K.
With an 8K gold lead, that's right. So where does RSG find themselves here? How do they clap back into this? Crawl back, that is. I don't think a clap back can happen, especially since their damage is more DOT. And to stay... all right, so there's one problem. They have to make these fights last long. And they have to make these fights last to the point where Echo have no more resources to spend. But look at how Sanford bought so much time up top. Even that avenue seems to be closed out.
For sure, for sure.
It's really hard here if you're RSG, considering that the only guy that you could leave to defend against an entire wave of Mega Minions would be the Angela, considering that his ultimate is still very much global here. So Echo, they do have free reign over this Lord.
All right, I think I got it. This is one way that RSG can claw back in. Pick off Sanji. Pick off Benny Cutie, one of them, and then we can talk.
While they're doing those recalls, yeah?
Hopefully not. Our Echo should be as disciplined as they get.
Hey man, if you've watched other MPLs, you can never be confident. You can never truly celebrate early.
Up until the very last hit.
Up until the very last hit, especially if you have some Fredrins in your game or whatever.
And your name is Bray.
And the defender's named Adamir, you know?
Hey, that was a little bit of a wise advice coming in from Rafleisha earlier.
Yeah?
Never put your phone down. Even if it seems like it's over, never put your phone down until the victory screen or defeat shows. Because he himself knows, man. He himself knows that they've beaten the team at the grand finals because of a moment like that.
Very sage advice.
He's a 2-time back-to-back MPL Philippines champion. And now Echo, champions of Philippines as well, about to push down mid lane against RSG.
Throwing it out, all these minions here, threatening here. JP catches up on the Irad, and I don't think he's going to be able to move much here. And he gets out, but just about with the Angela Heart Guard. And now, Echo knocking in here. He's got Lord to boot. 4 members left to defend. Nats is out. And there goes Sanji. Irad trying his very best to lure back the Echo members. But looks like they are just hell-bent on the going straight into the base here.
Oh no, Emin might be in trouble too. The base lock!
Base lock is happening right now. Sanford's gonna fall, and Echo takes game number 2.
This winning moment is brought to you by